Morning, cyber traders. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone had a nice Merry Christmas long weekend. I know I'm completely shot. Had cooked on almost like 50 people at my house, and I didn't stop for all week last week, but I'm just happy it's over. But what a great day yesterday. We'll talk about some of these big runners that we had. I saw a lot of you guys were looking at some of them that made some nice pops. We're gonna check those out. Hold on, let me just bring up a couple of things over here. And yeah, we go. There we got them up and running. And good to see you all, and everyone, welcome back. It's nice to see everyone really showed up. Let me tell you, this has to be probably a year of going into December that I was totally wrong, in a way of a rally. Usually things are slowing down, but we've been just breaking records after records after records. I mean, the Dow Jones, you could see it. I mean, yesterday, another big pop over, it was like 150 points, some crap like that. You look at the long-term chart here on the bottom. These things just literally from November, just 32,000 to 37,000, literally up about 500 points. A lot of really good stuff going on there. But even we're going to talk about some of those stocks from yesterday. I'm going to focus on what's going to happen. But this week is going to be kind of slow. I mean, the Dow right now is down about 22 points. We're already into Wednesday. I know we have classes this week. So everyone, you should be taking advantages of our classes. Great time to learn. I have a new series of stocks videos going to be coming out. You guys should be focusing on those too, because listen, we're going to an election year. The companies that are out there are beating earnings left and right. I told you that when we had earnings announcements, when we had it back in November, that these companies are going out of business every 3 months. And what does that mean? They got to beat earnings. So they'll do whatever they can. And, there was something that someone always taught me and explained to me, because you hear all these analysts, everything is going to come down, everything is going to crash. And let me just kind of explain to you my 30 years experience. The only time that, and this is only some of you experience this already, but some people are older and you've probably been around for a while and know this. The only time I experienced a crash, okay, is when there was a catastrophe, okay? The only thing that really was financially the market that crashed, which could only probably happen when we had the internet bubble back in 2000. Okay. You're talking 24 years ago. Okay. But what was the other biggest crashes? 9/11, COVID, the financial crisis. I mean, those are probably the latest ones that you probably remember that happened in the last 30 years. I mean, you had the crash of 87. Okay. Those are really only good things. So the only things I would look at and I would be focused on is that the companies, this is the way I look at it, how my mentors taught me. I want to leave this little print for you guys to go before we actually get to some stock trading. The only way, think of you running through some financial issues, okay? And you own a house and you do whatever you can. I mean, the odds of some of you here that had filed bankruptcy or maybe lost your house is very, very rare. Okay. Listen, it's a terrible thing to talk about. Maybe some of you went through it, but majority of us didn't. You know why? Because we figured a way and we did what we had to do to survive. Okay. And you still live there. So you went through it. These companies that are out there are going to do the same. All right. So they'll figure out a way because they don't want to go out of business. They have jobs and they'll do whatever they can to survive. So it's the same thing that you guys have to look at it about the stock market. But you keep hearing these people talking about a crash. Well, until something really bad happens, I don't see it's happening. And that's what I mean by that. And you know how you lost your house? How a lot of people lost their house in New York. We had a Hurricane Sandy. Okay. I mean, like crazy stuff like that, or maybe you really did something dumb and you got into when you got your mortgage in a financial crisis and you just kept borrowing, you bought all these houses. That's basically the things that happen. But other than that, that's why I pretty much think I think so far we're still looking very positive and we're breaking all-time highs. And let me tell you, we know when we learn in classes what we talk about. You break all-time highs, what happens? You only go higher. So anyway, let's go through some of the stocks that we traded last week and yesterday specifically, and then we'll go through the watch list because there is a good list right now. So ARBB was a nice little pop, cheap stock. You could see this thing just literally ran from $2 to $4.50. Beautiful, beautiful run. Actually, let me change my screen, and then I'll go to the Bookviewer and show you what we got here. Let me bring up a bigger screen for you guys to watch a little bigger. All right, so you had that stock that made a big move. ALT is going back on the watch list. ALT, nice little push. This thing's a $2 stock. It's already at 11. It's testing some big resistance levels back here in March and February. You could see it right there. So you got that big resistance, been there for a month. So you could see it did that in pre-market. It backed off. But that one looks, we'll put that on the watch list too. We'll see what happens. IINN, this thing was a huge jump up, came crash down. Not a really big move. NEO, nice little push. It's up. I mean, that had a really good move yesterday too. That was okay. CIFR, great move. It's going back on the watch list. You could see long term. Another stock was right around 250, already at 550, breaking 52-week highs. Stock still looks pretty strong. Remember, this is how stocks that are day trades convert into swing trades, short-term swing trades, and then obviously it could be a long-term trade. But the stock's been really good to us for the past week. And then the stock back had a good pop and came right back down. What else that we have? I think that pretty much does it. There were a couple other ones that we'll keep an eye on that actually are moving pretty good. A lot, like I said, some of the mining stocks did phenomenal, and that actually is one of them right there. Another crypto. That was the one I was talking about right there. CIFR, one of the mining stocks. All right. What else we had here? MSOS. We had that one right too. MSOS. Yeah, that one had a really nice pop right there too. Really strong, nice move right there from 640 all the way to 730. All right. But anyway, let's go through the watch list because that's just flip the page, which shockingly, the day after Christmas to have that kind of type of movement was pretty impressive. All right. Now let's go through and see what's moving on for today. So we got a couple of good moving stocks right now. This FWBI, and let me bring up so you guys can see where we got the level 3 over here. You could see right here that right now, boom, we got a 200,000 share buyer right there. Showed up at $12, 30,000. Let me fix this really quick right here and kind of limit some of the volume. So you got a lot of shares everywhere. What I did is I just screwed around with the filters and only show you 1,000 share lots. And you could see right here, the issue you got to worry about this stock, it's got small tiers. So right away, you know, if you think you're going to trade 1,000 shares, if you look over there and on the exchange, there's not that many big orders out there. So that's why you got to be really careful before you go out there and, put those orders. I'm going to default at 100 because pre-market, sometimes you won't get a lot. But at least we'll eliminate all the 10s and 50s. Okay. So I'm just to clean up that filter. So anyway, this stock is moving really nice. It's a little bit of a fast moving stock. It's probably a category 3 minimum, but it could be a 4 FWBI, but has some good orders, has some good iceberg orders here. We'll keep a close eye on that one. So over here so you guys can see a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. Missing the orders out there. All right. So that one made the watch list. What else we had here? We had this stock CING. CING's got a nice little resistance levels here. I can see here there's a big seller right here around $4 and $4.30. So let me bring that up over here over this one, CING. So you can see some orders already out there, 12 orders and so on. Got your resistance levels. You can see all the hundreds, see all the thicker orders when we start getting into, the thousands. So that one's holding there pretty strong right there. That one's going to go on our watch list, CING. All right. And that's number 2. And this stock's up 91%. CYTX, another one. Okay. Okay. Sorry about CYTK. All right. CYTK, look at the imbalance on level 2 on NASDAQ. You got a lot of more buyers and sellers. It's got this big resistance levels right here. Let me just bring this up. We're up about 56% on that. The only issue why I have with this stock right here, it's expensive. Okay. It's $72. The stock was at 40. I guess obviously some great news came out on it. It almost looks like a buyout, honestly. Probably is because it's not really going anywhere. But we'll put this on the B list. We'll check out. Maybe Rich, you could tell me what the news is right away. Could probably tell you it does look like a buyout. But we'll put that one on the third list. Okay, another AI stock right now. This one's up 41%, but she's not really going anywhere. She's cheap. We'll put that on the B list. GTAI. That was not bad. Chris, stock that we have traded in the past, a little bit on the cheaper side. Shares are trading higher. The company now it's top line results. It's his phase 3 trial. Is that the news? Okay. All right. Let's just let me put that in social media if everybody can read that. That's the news, everyone. If you want to know what the news is on that stock right there. All right. So this one's flat, not really doing too much. OPT up 23%. I mean, it's crazy, 23%. And we're at number 6. The week of the slowest week of Christmas. That's a lot of big stocks that are up today. This one, the only issue I have with all these, they're kind of flat. You could see like they made a big pop early this morning. Now they're kind of flat. Not really what we're looking for as direction goes. What's happened with Mara? That one's still moving again. Bitcoin. These things just won't give up. That one's moving pretty good. I saw a coin that's moving pretty good too. That's up by $4. Almost testing highs right there. What else on the losers? Any good losers? This one, FWBI, is just doing phenomenal. I know some of you were trading it early this morning, doing great. Any good dead cat bounces? This one's trying to come back, but it is a pharmaceutical stock, which we know they don't come back. But this one is bouncing, trying a little bit. They got 11,000 share buyer, 8,000, 17,000. No real big sellers out there. This could be already get a good dead cat bounce right here. IOVA. We'll put that on our watch list. Bios not really doing too much. This one's not doing much. Don't like any of the intraday trending on that one. New York Stock Exchange, what we got going on? Probably nothing. I did see Boyle, though. Boyle's starting to probably maybe look like a swing trade. It has a little bit of a push the last couple of days. You could see it right there. It's at 23. It's at 28. The stock got destroyed from 70. So I would keep an eye on Boyle. From yesterday, you could see how it gapped up right there, but it hasn't really been a good day trade yet. It could be today, but swing trade looks like it's been doing a little bit better right there. And I noticed that first thing in the morning. Zim also, these are ETFs. The Tupper lady, she's not doing too well this morning, huh? She had a nice little move yesterday. Is that what it was? Yep. Tupper lady moved pretty well. Could have been the holiday season. This NCL, my God, no mercy. This thing's just getting crushed after crush. It's on the big losers list, but it's at 3%. But remember, we saw this stock right here, $17 to $1.60. That never came back. All right. So what do we got going on? We got about less than 15 minutes. Let's get ready for the market opened up. Okay, so remember, everybody, we got classes today. You had Traders Talk yesterday with Josh. You can get to watch that recording. I know we broadcasted live. Also, what do we got going on here? And then also, don't forget, we got phase 1 that's starting. So make sure you're ready for class. If you want to know how to get into our classes, please talk to Education Advisor. There's the link to get in there. If you can't get in, talk to your Education Advisor. I'll tell you how to get in the cyber group room. And also, if you're watching on social media, just take your phone. You can scan on the top left-hand corner, to get into it. And always just make sure if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, and subscribe to the channel. All right, everyone? Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. We'll see you in about 15 minutes when the market opens up. Everyone on social media, we'll see you back here at 2:30. Thanks, everyone.